Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a little dark, it's almost midnight. I was actually on my way home. Today is the first full day that I've actually had this Dodge Charger Daytona Scat pack, and I figured I'd fast charge it, mainly because I drove it over 100 miles, and it wasn't all the way down in range. I had about 48%. Went and visited a couple people with it to kind of show it off and stuff. But I'm here fast charging it right now. And I figured I'd talk a little bit about it. So I started, I'll show you real quick. It's kind of loud, but you can see I've been here for 7 minutes. It was at 48% when I got here. So far it's at $7.90. You're going to pay more with fast charging, obviously. But you can see that the power to the car right now is 121.7 kilowatts. Now, there's actually a faster fast charger near here. It's a GM one, which I used earlier today. And those are super fast. But this one is a lot cheaper. And I think a lot of people don't understand the whole thing about EVs is when you pay for fast charging, you pay a premium price. So it depends on where you go. So the GM fast charger that's near here, even though it's a really good charger, the EV Go systems are really nice. Even if it's an off hour, starting at 11 o'clock to I think it's 6 o'clock in the morning for that particular one. Because I live in Metro Detroit, the sad thing is it's almost 48 cents a kilowatt hour. So I came to this one. Now this one here charges at 165 kilowatt hours, and it only charges 29 cents a kilowatt hour. So it's not that bad compared to the other one. But there's also, you got to remember, there's also connection fees. That's another thing people don't understand. So that other one, the EV Go one, had a $2.99 connection fee. And the funny thing is even though it's an EV Go and there's one that I charged with earlier, they have totally different pricing. It just depends on where you're at. I'm going to try to block the wind here. It just depends on where you're at. And, you got to pay attention to these apps. If you also sit for too long and your car's done charging, which I found out, you get charged for sitting. So my simple bill actually went up a little bit. But a lot of people think EVs are hey, it's cheap to do it. Well, if you charge from home, yes. If you're constantly fast charging, no. You're basically paying what it would be equivalent to filling up a freaking Dodge Charger HEMI car with premium fuel. So, but sometimes it needs to be done. So tomorrow morning, we're going to be going to the Chrysler Tech Center in Auburn Hills for a car show. So I'm going to be up early in the morning. I don't have my level 2 charger installed. I have to have that hardwired yet, because again, this is my first EV. But the thing is I want to make sure the car's charged for tomorrow. And I had plenty of charge to drive around. I still am incredibly surprised at what I got driving home. I will tell you guys that on my way here, I was driving on the highway doing 72 miles an hour. And the very interesting thing was I had the hands-free driving cruise control on, and I averaged 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So this has 100.5 kilowatt hours. So I averaged around 300 miles of range with the Scat Pack. So if you take it easy, I did 73 miles an hour. I got almost 300 miles of range. And I took screenshots so you guys can kind of see it. So I'm very impressed. That wasn't running the car in eco mode. That was just auto and just hands-free driving at 73 miles an hour. So let's take a look. I know it's kind of hard to hear me because of the wind. I'm trying to kind of block the wind a little bit. But this car has gotten so much attention today. The funny thing is, we live in Detroit. There's some of these running around, but a lot of people haven't seen this car yet. So it's kind of comical in a way, because a lot of people, like I said earlier in my video, a lot of people complain that this car sucks and you know, it has no soul. Well, I think it is. I don't think of it as a muscle car. It's not a true muscle car, in my opinion. It's a GT car, a very good GT car. But honest to God, I'm very impressed with this thing. Now, I did go over to a buddy's house after I was on the highway and did 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour, and I sat there in his driveway with it running. And you can kind of see here, we're already up to 69%. Oh, we disappeared here. Hold on. So it's doing really good. I have it set up to go up over 80. I might just try to see it go up over 80. The only thing I can say that I really wish Dodge would do with this car, I really wish Dodge would do with this car, like what Tesla does, is make it so there's something to do while you're fast charging. Tesla has the games and stuff like that. I don't see why they can't do it for this car. It doesn't make any sense to me. But overall, I'm very impressed with this car. I know some of you have been saying stuff, so hold on a second. Let me pull up your messages here. How's it going, Roy? I just got a Charger, or a Daytona RT. Absolutely love it. Awesome, dude. I wish we could get Tesla supercharger access. Yeah, that would be cool. Hopefully Stellantis will work that out soon. They're really the last of the Detroit 3 to actually get access to it, and they buy all their credits from Tesla. So you think they would actually do something with it? Tony says, I'm sure Tesla will allow charging for it eventually. Well, I hope so. It seems like we've seen a lot of people, well, not a lot, but we've seen a couple people charge their Charger Daytonas on fast chargers, like superchargers, on YouTube. However, it seems like those are the ones that basically can charge anybody. They don't have to have the adapter with them. So I'm going to have to do some research about it because I'm very interested. But a lot of people ask, like, I got a lot of messages earlier, like private messages saying, why the heck did you buy that car? And the honest to God's truth is, I don't drive much. I really don't. I kind of went back and forth. Hey, thanks, Mike. I kind of went back and forth trying to decide if I was going to get a truck. And the very interesting thing was they had the employee pricing thing. But you have to be, you can't use oh, hold on a second here. You can't use the incentives and the employee price if you're not an employee. So what I found out was it's different from when I sold cars back in 2007. What you can do now is you can get an employee price number from one of your friends that works for Chrysler. So that's what I did. And when I did that, I could stack the incentives up on it. So I got a killer deal on this car. I'm paying $500 a month, just a little bit below that, and 12,000 miles. I put about 2,000 down on it. Not quite. I think it was like, I just paid enough to pay like the taxes and stuff on it. But 12,000 miles, which I probably will never go over. And again, $80,000 car. So I loved my 2014 Charger. You're that guy charging in the middle of the night when you need to be writing articles. You know what, Butter? I have my laptop in the back. But I figured, yeah, I'll do a live stream because I'm going to be working until 2 in the morning anyways. I got most of the weekend stuff done, so. But I wanted to kind of talk about the car a little bit because I got so many people like writing out to me about it. But the thing is like, you know, when I look at the deal, how many cars right now, mind you, I'm talking in today's time, I'm talking about in today's time, how many people can you say can get a car that has 700 horsepower, all-wheel drive, for under $500 a month? Not many. So yeah, I could have gone the RT route, but I wanted, if I was going to get this car, I wanted the Scat Pack. I think the RT's fine, but I wanted to have that 670 horsepower. Well, that's the thing, man. EV charging is slow. Yeah, I get that. And it's going to be even slower at the house and whatnot. But you know what? The honest to God truth is I don't drive that much, so it doesn't bother me. And the funny thing is like, again, I can work in the car. It's not that bad of a thing. So that doesn't bother me. I can bring my laptop. I have well, I have a hotspot, so I can work right here in the car. So that doesn't bother me. Once I get the level 2 charger installed at home, it'll be a lot better. But that stuff doesn't bother me. Let's see here. Elliot, look, better deal. Don't jump on the first one they're out there. And that's true, man. I was thinking of getting a fully loaded Scat Pack EV. Do you think 830 for 24 months, 15,000 miles? Yeah, dude, you can do better than that. You can do better. Search around. Like I said, my car is not fully loaded. I didn't want a fully loaded car. And it wasn't about being cheap or anything. We're going to keep playing this game. It wasn't about being cheap or anything. I do not like the Sun and Sound group. I mean, I would like to have the upgraded stereo, but I hate the glass roof. It doesn't open. To me, it was like pointless of paying the extra money for it. The carbon and suede package is really nice, but it's not a necessity. And honest to God, the actual interior of this car with just the normal lighting, the ambient lighting, and the actual door, I'll show you tomorrow when it's like actually like daylight, so you guys can see it. The door materials aren't that bad. I am very impressed. I will say I have been asking Dodge for like 3 months now to send me I didn't care if it was an RT or a Scat Pack Daytona to actually review, because again, I drove a fast feedback car. It wasn't a final product, but I will say they did some things that really impressed me. The first thing is that one of the biggest complaints I had was, out of all the things that felt cheap, and you can go back and look at my video, was the actual turn stalk. It felt like it was like 3D printed. It was really crappy. It was plastic. It was like hollow on the backside. It just was not a good design. It felt like it was super cheap compared to how premium the interior felt. On this car, the stock is different. It's the same shape and everything, but it has chrome trim pieces now, and it's a lot heavier plastic, and it's not like hollow on the inside. It's thick. So that's a good thing. The car still has the haptic buttons, which I'm not a big fan of, and now they're kind of they work better than the ones I used in the fast feedback car. The only difference is they're slow. They're not the fastest thing. The screen, this had a lot to do with the software. The screen's a lot faster now from what I used in December. Throttle response is freaking phenomenal. Whatever they did to update the software for the throttle response, this car hauls ass. And it actually feels like it hauls ass. It's butter. I'm telling you, you got to go out and drive one that's been updated. It feels different. I'm not saying, I don't want everybody to think like I'm going like all crazy on this car. It's a good car. It has potential to be a great car. Is it a perfect car? No. It still has many faults with it. But I don't think it's a bad car. It's one of the reasons why I like driving it. And a lot of people didn't understand when I went in and I was so positive about driving one of the fast feedback cars and stuff like that. The reason why was I was coming in as a former L-Series owner, and this is the first new L-Series car we've gotten in 20 years. So to me, I was happy about actually driving something new. There was a lot of things I liked about the design. I think the car looks absolutely phenomenal on the exterior. And I will tell you this, I told you guys this earlier in the video. I don't know if you could hear me really good, but the very funny thing is, being in Detroit, there's not many of these cars. I literally pulled out of the dealership with this thing, and somebody in a Grand Cherokee was in the lane next to me. We were coming up to a red light, and he was seven car lengths back trying to videotape me. I took the car to a bunch of different spots. People were videotaping me. Mustangs. I had like 4 or 5 Mustangs today. I had a Mach 1, like a 2021 Mach 1 in that gray color that was really nice. Get up next to me, downshift, try to race me. It's funny how much attention this car gets. And for all the people that hate this car, it seems like out in the real world, like the actual real world, there's a lot of people that actually like the looks of the car and that think the gimmicks are cool. Now, I will tell you, the Fratzonic Chambered Exhaust, it's fun to show people, It does have the benefit of actually having some background noise, which is kind of nice. But is it a necessity? No. I actually enjoy the car in auto with the exhaust at the lowest mode. Like, you can't even barely hear it. I actually enjoy that a lot. Driving it with track mode is just kind of obnoxious. It's fun when you're trying to like be around people and show them what it is, but ultimately this car just is nice to drive quietly. It's got a little bit of tone in auto, but you could barely hear it. It's just more like a hum. So it would be like noise level wise, it would be like the equivalent of a kind of like a Lexus or something. You know how quiet Lexuses can be? Yeah, dude, look around. There are 1,600 of these cars sitting on lots right now. Scat packs. There's 3,500. When I looked and did the article last week, there were 3,500 Daytona RTs sitting around. You can find a good deal. My biggest problem was for what I wanted for the price. I really wanted to get it like a Destroyer gray car to go with my Durango. The problem was all the Destroyer gray cars, except for maybe 2 of them, and they were way across country, had the Plus package. And I wanted to have the Plus package mandatory because I think the cars kind of look dumb without the LED going across the front. And I like having the creature comforts. But you can find some really killer deals out there. If you know somebody from Stellantis that has an EP number that they can give you, you can stack the incentives, and that's even better. Seriously, there's a lot of things you can do to actually get into one of these cars fairly cheap. So, and that's the thing. I'll be honest with you. If this car was still $86,000 or this one would be $81,000, I wouldn't buy it. The way that it's set with the incentives and how I stack the stuff, I basically paid about well, if I was going to buy it, it would be about $51,000. To me, that's worth it. But go out there and shop around. Don't be afraid to call dealers. Don't just settle for the first thing. I'm telling you guys, these cars are really good. Again, I have to actually drive this thing for a couple of weeks to see if there's any software issues still. So far, so good. And that's the thing. That's why I'm leasing it, because if there's an issue, it's all on Stellantis' problem, not mine. There's no point in buying one of these cars. The residual value falls out of these things so bad that you just lease it. Lease the stupid thing, and then after 2 years or 3 years, depending on what you want to lease, get rid of it. Because I look at it this way. I'll have this car for 2 years, and then there's the possibility that there's going to be a HEMI back. Maybe I'll go into that. So, yeah, again, for the money and the performance that you get with this car, there's nothing that can touch it right now. So, that's true, Butter. You're exactly right. In the South, there's a lot better deals. We've been seeing that, especially in Alabama. Alabama's a big state. Alabama, Louisiana, really good deals down there. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like using this thing, and I gotta touch the screen. I've been to PA, New Jersey, and VA. Tough trying to find these deals I keep hearing about. Well, the thing is, too, is I'm gonna tell you something. My payment would have been a lot cheaper. My payment would have been a lot cheaper if I was a returning leasee. Actually, I was coming out of another lease. That wasn't the case. I've never leased before. So I didn't get an additional incentive on top of that. I'm not a first responder. I am not an active military person. So you can get way more discounts depending on how much, how many incentives you qualify for. So it just depends. I think the Inline 6 is going to be way overpriced when it comes out. Stellantis can't get pricing right, and that's their biggest problem. Again, like I said, this car is a hell of a deal for $51,000. Is it for $80,000? No. I'm sorry, it's not. Fast charging what? I'm fast charging a 2025 Dodge Charger Scat Pack, Stage 2. I tried it months ago to get one, but it would have been like $850 for a lease, way too much. And honest to God, guys, I could probably get one cheaper next month. But the honest to God the thing was, it was the perfect timing for me. Summer's coming. I wanted to get a car that was what I wanted package-wise. I couldn't get the color I wanted. I looked for a Ludicrous, I looked for a Peel Out, and I looked for Destroyer Gray, and all of those cars were non-plus cars, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted a fully loaded plus car. Does it have Sentry mode like Tesla? No, it does not have Sentry mode like Tesla. So there's a lot of things that this doesn't have. I'll tell you what. Ultimately, Tesla does better EVs. This is not, like I said, this is a good car. It has the potential of being a great car. It's not a perfect car. The one thing is, if you don't like that, like if you can say the Model 3 Performance is like a faster car, but honest to God, you don't get the looks like you do in this for a Model 3. This car looks way better. The interior is set up like a conventional car. While you do have haptic buttons and stuff, you got more than just one screen. So let's see what it's at right now. See, we're already at 85%. Hold on here, I'll turn around. So just in 21 minutes, I went from 48 to 85 using a 165 kilowatt hour charger. So this thing charges really quick on the fast chargers. Let's open this up. So you can see I've been here for 28 minutes. I've been live for 21. Right now, see how it was before? It was 160. Now I'm doing 27. And we're seeing that, obviously, I'm not even hit 20 bucks yet. So I think once it hits $25, I'll just cancel it out. So this isn't bad. That's the thing, man. You know, you can bitch about Stellantis stuff, and everybody's down in the dumps about everything that's happened with this company. You got to be positive a little bit to be a Mopar fan. I am not an EV person. I'm learning this stuff just like everybody else. EVs aren't going to go away. Stellantis can't sell them because they can't be competitive. If they actually got more competitive, it could be better. Insurance is higher on EVs, yes. And that's because the cost of them are higher, and you got to watch like what your insurance says about charging them at home. So like I'm charging mine outside my garage because I don't have room for it. And actually, I'll tell you what, my insurance went up about $40 per quarter for having this car over the Jeep Renegade that I had. Same insurance and everything, just this car's $40 more. Plus, it's a lot newer. It's a 2025. It wasn't too bad. I've been between these and the 23 wide bodies, just not trying to deal with theft. Well, this car's going to be a hell of a car to steal. And the funny thing is, too, is I always hated the the 18s to 23 wide body cars. I'm going to be honest with you. To me, they're not wide body cars. They're just fender flares slapped on to a Challenger and Charger. This thing's a true wide body. Let me see if I can show you. It's kind of hard because this parking lot's so freaking dark. You can see, like, not all the lights are lit up. Those hips on this car are freaking wide. Those 325s on the back. Yeah, that's the thing. If we could do Tesla charging, it would be a lot better. Metro Detroit, I'll tell you what. Metro Detroit sucks for EV charging. For us having the big three here, there's only like so many select fast chargers here. This is one of maybe like 20 that are in the area. And this is just in a parking lot in a little, a little shopping mall. But the thing is the honest to God's truth is they push these EVs down our throat and the infrastructure's still not here. So far, EV Go has been really good to use. And I like these kind of type of chargers. These ones don't require apps. EV Go doesn't. Basically, you just put your credit card. You just plug the cord into the car. Let it analyze. When everything lights up green, then you just come up here, put your card in, and you're good to go. No apps, no nothing. This is exactly how all charging stations should be. Oh, yeah, look at it. It was doing about 160. This one is a 165 kilowatt charger. It was doing about 158, 160. Now it's down to 22. But the rates actually slowed down quite a bit, too, so it's not too bad. So it'll be a lot better once I get my level 2 charger installed. But But yeah, I mean, this is all a learning curve for a lot of us, including me. I mean, I'm a big petrol head. But this car, I'll tell you what, the new Scat Pack or anything, the Charger Daytona RT and that, no, it's not going in the garage. I got that 79 300 in there. I got to clean out the garage if this thing's going to fit. That 79 300 is more important than this thing. This is just a lease. So, the thing is ultimately this car drives so smooth. This car is such a better driver than the outgoing L Series cars. Hits the bumps better. Suspension's way nicer in this car. And you know what? The weird squared off steering wheel that's kind of like in Butter's C8, it actually is very comfortable to drive with that. I actually like it because I'm one of those people that drive one-handed with my left hand on top of the wheel, and it actually fits better with this. So you can see we're not even at $20 yet. So get a level 2. What's it say? Get a level 2. It's a game changer. So here's the thing. I bought a level 1 charger. Actually, it's a level 1, level 2 charger. It was like $100 because what I'm going to do is when I go to my in-laws, they live out in the middle of nowhere. If I get really low going up there, I mean, I can fast charge on the way up there. That's not, I should have plenty of range, but I want to make sure that I have a level 1 charger in the car just in case something happens. But a lot of people, here's the thing. If you're going to get one of these cars, if you get a 24 or 25, Stellantis will give you a level 2 charger or $600 in credits. And honestly, I was like, well, if they're going to give me a free charger, I'm not going to get the credits at all. So this is the level 2 charger. The dealership had one in stock. I got to have it hardwired. And then here's the other thing that people don't realize. If you get one of these chargers, call your energy company. So like mine's DTE here in Detroit. They have rebates to help you pay for installation. So like around here, I've been seeing everything that costs about $600 to $800 to put one of these in, hardwire it at your house. DTE will pay me $500 in rebates. Then another thing is if they know you have an EV, they'll ask you, are you going to charge it later at night? You get they'll put a $10 credit on each month bill because you're doing that. And when I looked at the prices to actually charge at home, if I do it from 11 o'clock to 6 in the morning, which you can schedule on your Dodge app, it's only anywhere from 15 to 16.1, depending on if it's the midsummer or not. Basically 16.1 for a kilowatt hour. So it will cost about $17 to charge this car completely. So not too bad if you can charge it from home. I don't think so at all. But this car, dude, look at how much space this thing has. Tons of room. I love the hatchback design. It's just like the 67 Charger. And then it's got, you guys can't see it, there's Easter eggs all over this car, just like any other Dodge. There's the 68 taillights. We'll go through all the Easter eggs in the video. Just like the Durango, it's got a power button. Has a nice cargo cover. Bump that. Don't do it yourself. Oh, definitely. Don't ever do electrical yourself. So you can see we're already at 90% and look at 35 minutes and it's really going slow now. But I'm going to charge it all the way up to 100%. I haven't even hit $20 yet. So not too bad. So again, I'm going to tell you something. If you fast charge on certain chargers during peak hours, you're basically paying the same that you would pay to, basically fill up a Hellcat with premium fuel. So you gotta actually use the apps and find out, an actual app that will work for you to find out pricing for these things. So I've never used this charger before, and seems to be a good one. So I'll probably be back here. It's not that far from my house, a couple miles. I also found some free chargers. Like the gas company near my house has free charging, but they're only 6.5 kilowatts. So you would literally sit there for all freaking day. More likely the car burns up with those bulletins It's in park there. Yeah. Well, the thing is, this car is going to be sitting outside. I'm going to put a cover over it. I got my car cover for my 23 300C. It will fit it. I'm going to throw that over it. That way the birds can't crap on it and stuff like that. And then it keeps it, you know, kind of covered when it rains and stuff. But we'll see. I mean, if I can put it in the garage eventually, I will never charge it in the garage. I've heard some nightmare stories about this stuff. Did I try the dash cam feature yet? No, I have not. 300C me. I have not. That's something I'm going to probably do next week. I got a bunch of memory cards I could use. Let me see here. A lot of city halls have free charging for EV owners. Well, not my town. My town got a $100,000 grant for EV chargers. They bought 11 kilowatt hour chargers, and they put them in a park, and they're at City Hall in the library, and you pay just the same as what you pay for this one. So we just hit 20 bucks on this thing so far. So yeah, not around here. That's the thing. Like all the fast, like their free chargers are slow, really slow chargers. So again, I don't drive that far. Like I probably, depending on if I go get the kids and stuff during the week, I maybe drive maybe 100 some miles. That's it. If I go cruising on Woodward, I usually go park and hang out with my buddies. But I don't drive that much unless I'm out like doing spy shooting or something like that. So to me, I really won't have the range anxiety what like most people would if you're going to go cross country. If you're going to go cross country, I wouldn't do it in this car. Not right now, not with the infrastructure that we have. It's too much of a pain in the ass. But a lot of people have asked, like, what are you going to do if you didn't charge your car? Dude, I got a 2021 Dodge Durango RT, and I still have that 1979 Chrysler 300 if I have to get somewhere. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Is the RT only a software lock regarding the horsepower? Yes. They are the same EDMs. There is some different, like not just software, but there is some hardware differences. Jordan Rose was telling me, he's Mopar Tech Jordan on here. Go check him out. If you are a Daytona owner, go check him out. He has been doing a ton of videos as a Mopar Tech on, you know, the problems and issues that they've been having with this car, as well as like what's been going on with the updates and stuff. Oh God, I gotta get a drink. So what about the Scat Pack? Is there a boost option? There is the power, yes, there's the power shot, but hold on here. There's the power shot, but if you have it in drag mode, if you have this car in drag mode, you get the full 670 horsepower. You don't need the power shot won't work. If you have it in track mode, you get about, I think it was like what, 630? So, sorry, I gotta get a drink. How is the AC? Does it drain the battery? No. I had this thing running just before I brought it here over at a buddy's house for over 40 minutes. It dropped 1%. I had the AC running the whole time with the window open and the Fratzonic Chambered Exhaust going. So I lost 1% for a half hour just sitting there idling. Excuse me. Can you up the horsepower permanently? No, because the stage 2 is the highest it will go. And it comes standard with the car. It's got auto eco climate control function. Yep. And the funny thing is, I got 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour driving up here, and I never put it in eco mode. Never. It was just in auto. I'm telling you, 72 miles or 73 miles per hour, hands-free cruise control, and this car got 3.1. I took a screenshot so you guys wouldn't believe me. Can you keep it at 670? Well, if you keep it in drag mode, but it drives like crap in drag mode. Yeah, no, that's really good. So I'm averaging, if you figure it out. Excuse me. If you figure it out, the car has a 100 kilowatt hour battery, right? And it's technically I think what, like 98.2 or something like that of the battery is usable, but it's 100.5. So let's just say 100. was getting 3.1. So I'm averaging about 310 miles of range. Now, mind you, if you put it in drag mode and all that stuff, you lose it, and you get about with a full tank in drag mode, it's about 100 and I think like 20 miles of range. It's not that good at all. But in auto mode, the car drives super smooth, super quiet. So I'm trying to get out of the wind because it's really windy here tonight. Oh God. So, but no, I'm really impressed with the car. Yeah, 3.4 is really good. It drives like a bull. It does. A lot of bucking around. So, again, this is my real first time driving the car. Like, you know, I've drove it before, but this is my first time actually having it like all day to myself. So, you can see that it went down to 17.7 kilowatt hours. So, let's see. Let's sit up here. So, but yeah, I've only spent 21 bucks fast charging this thing, so it's not bad at all. Considering that the 1979 Chrysler 300 that we have, I just put 80 bucks in premium in it yesterday. So, why does drag mode drive so bad? Because it's so... because it's built to like just be torquey. It kind of jerks all over. Plus with the regenerative brakes, it's kind of crazy. You guys have to remember too, on the Scat Pack, you have 6 piston Brembos all the way around this car. If you put it on the highest regenerative level, it's crazy. Well, thanks, Clark. I appreciate that. That's a good saying for coming in here. Does it have lock features? The new drivers don't need to know how powerful it is. You know what? I don't think so yet, but I'm sure that will happen in a software update. Another thing I will tell you, a lot of people, when they go to disconnect the charger, they wonder why it's like still locked. People are trying to tap their doors and stuff to open it. All you have to do is take your remote and hit unlock. Chrysler put a feature in there, Stellantis put a feature in it. So when you're gone, it automatically locks into place using yep, you have to unlock the doors to release it, correct. So that way no one can just go and yank it out and say, screw this guy's EV and yank it out. It's actually a smart idea. So yeah, you just hit the remote and boom, unlocks it. So, but there's a lot of good features about this car. Again, I'm not trying to be all gushy about it and stuff like that. I'm really happy with it so far. Again, it's going to be the long-term haul and seeing how it does overall. If it is buggy with software still, which so far it doesn't seem to have any issues, then obviously we'll see. That too, no oil changes, yep. So, God, there's a lot of pollen in the air out here. My allergies are acting up like crazy. So there's a lot of positives about it. It's going to be a learning curve for me. So I think that's part of the fun part of it is like, hey, not only is it going to be fun for me to drive, it's going to be fun for you guys to kind of see what the kind of issues that I'm going through and some content for Mopar Insiders. This wasn't designed to be, or this whole thing wasn't to be about, oh yeah, you know, I got this car and this is what it's going to be and it's going to be a long-term car. I really just wanted to, like, when the prices came down on it, I was like, I really enjoyed driving it. So I drove that fast feedback car and I just absolutely fell in love with it. Met a guy the other day dropping off his kids who leased his fully loaded Scat Pack, $250 a month. He probably put some big money down on it though. That's the only thing. You're going through engine withdrawals. That's why you have a cough. No, I am not a springtime kind of person. Like all this pollen and the trees and stuff budding. Like the only thing I like about winter is everything's dead. I can actually breathe better. So, matter of fact, when I went and picked up the car, it was all covered with yellow pollen all over the place. Michigan right now is really bad, and especially we had really bad storms last night, so everything's kind of like all over the place. But yeah, we've been on the charger for 46 minutes. Here, I'll show you. We're at 96%, and it says time remaining 23, and we're only at 21 bucks. Well, I still think Tesla builds the better EVs. I don't necessarily like their design. I think the Model S Plaid is a super sharp car, but I hate the one tablet design. I'm not a fan of the Cybertruck. I mean, it's different, but whatever. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of things to be kind of curious about when it comes to EVs. And again, I think it's a good car. I think it has potential to be great, but I don't think it's ready to be a perfect car by any means yet. I think they still got a lot to work out. So go home, it's late. Yeah, it's late, but you know what? Whatever. I'm a night owl. I stay up till like 3, 4 in the morning anyways. I gotta be up at 7:30 for the car show tomorrow anyways, so I usually sleep like 3, 4 hours. That's how I roll. So not a only car EV. Don't forget to go solar with a battery pack at home. Hold on here, your thing skipped. And now it's free for life, at least 4 years. Some people. Yeah, I'll have to talk about that because I don't think it covers us here necessarily in Detroit just yet. They've been talking about discounts on solar, but nothing's free yet here. All right, hold on here. If you're trying to go to 100 on the fast charger, it's going to take about 45 minutes. Yeah, and it says here we got 20 minutes left. I think once it gets to about $22, I'll stop it. So this thing, I mean, it charges pretty quick from 20 to 80, really faster than what I ever thought it would. So I came here and I had 48%, and I got 80 within what? I don't know, less than 20 minutes. So it wasn't too bad. So, but yeah, overall, it's not a bad deal. I mean, the only thing I can say is being a fat guy, it's going to suck stopping at truck stops all the time, this fast charge this thing, but I don't know. We'll see. I think there's a lot of potential with this car. It's just, we got to see if they executed it properly. I really wish they would have just like basically launched the internal combustion car first. They should have launched the 6-pack first, then this car. But they were so hard up to get the EV, like the money for the EVs, because a lot of people don't know the Canadian government and the US government were paying Stellantis to build EVs. So they had to release these cars by December 31st to make money. And that's why they got screwed, because it's like, hey, they're not done. Let's just launch them anyways, and then we'll have a bunch of recalls. It's not the proper way. They should have just canceled the 2024 model year and said, screw it, we're going to lose money no matter what, and just launch them as 2025s. Because now you're having the issue that you're going to have 2024s. You still have 2023s on the lots. You're going to have 2024s, 2025s, and 2026s by the end of next month. You're going to have 4 model years of cars sitting on lots within another month. How crazy is that? And right now, I just wrote an article on Mopar Insiders about this thing. This is the 4th highest inventory car in the United States right now is the Dodge Charger. Now that, keep in mind, that rolls in 2023 cars as well, and 24 and 25, but still, highest inventory and it's number 4 on the list. The other ones are like Lexus and like Toyota stuff that's like hugely priced. Hold on here, I'm sorry. Thanks for the info. I'm a Tesla guy, just filling you in what works. Spent $5,000 on battery and solar. No, man, I appreciate that. That's cool. Again, I'm new to the EV thing. I want everybody's feedback. That's the whole fun part about doing the YouTube thing is I like doing the live streams because I get to interact with you guys. So you guys have ideas about stuff or tell me things. I love hearing it. That's the whole point about having these live streams is to interact with you guys. So I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything. That's why I rely on you guys. You guys have told me a lot of stuff that I have no idea about. So that's the fun part about this. That's why everybody goes, oh, it's a YouTube community. It is. It's about having fun and experiencing things with each other. Generator, Butter, you're sounding like my dad. My dad's like, hey, I'll get you a little Milwaukee generator. You can just pop the hatch and just have a cord sticking out the back. That's exactly what he said. Exactly what he said. So, but yeah, I don't know. Again, it's a learning curve. I think it's going to be, It's going to suck in the winter when I have to come out here and do this kind of stuff. But by that, I'll have a level 2 charger and it won't be too bad. But yeah, it'll be fun. Well, here's the thing, Mitchell. It's not about being negative. There's a lot of things to be positive about. The thing is Stellantis is in a kind of in a transition right now. And the problem is obviously this car is too freaking expensive. That's the number one issue. The only reason why I got it is because I got a good deal on it. That's the only reason why I got it. If this car was what I paid for it today, like if it was like around $51,000, I don't see why anyone would complain about it. It's just there's a lot of negative stuff about this car, and not a lot of people have driven them. This car is totally different than the fast feedback car that I drove in November. I drove a pre-production one. I told you certain things inside the interior have changed. This car feels way faster. And Butter even said when he went and test drove a couple of them, he was talking to me and he says, man, they just don't feel fast. And I was like, yeah, maybe it's because the cabin is like more open and stuff. No, this update completely changes the car. Am I saying it's the fastest thing on four wheels? No. Shit, no. There's EVs that will blow this thing out of the water. And there's some internal combustion cars that will blow this out of the water. This thing is on par. I will tell you this. This is on par with being just as fast as a Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Almost like it almost feels like from when I drove one, it almost feels identical. The same kind of launch feelings and everything, like the sensations that you get when it throws you back in the seats. It feels just like you're driving a Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. And to me, it's not a muscle car. I'm sorry. I don't think it's a muscle car. You can say it's an e-muscle car. That's fine. But it's not a muscle car. To me, it's like a really nice GT car. So, again, it's comfortable to drive. Tons of room. I'm a big guy. 6'1", over 300 pounds. I like this car. It's got plenty of room. I ultimately would love to see Stellantis say, hey, this is good. This is a great car for people that want a bigger car with a four-door, but I would love to see them, and Butter and I both talked about it, is taking and cutting the wheelbase down on this car and making an actual, it would have to be slightly bigger than the Mustang, but something smaller than the outgoing Challenger. I would love to see something smaller. It doesn't have to be EV either. I would just like to see something that's a little bit smaller, a little more fun. Make a two-door and a convertible. Bring the Challenger back. This Charger's a killer car. I mean, I'm glad that they put a two-door together. It's an American Mercedes coupe. Not this one. This one has nothing to do with the E-Class platform. So, but, no, there's a lot of potential for Stellantis. The problem with Stellantis right now is they need to get that new CEO in, and they need to have somebody say, hey, enough with this crap of expensive, like, trucks and cars and stuff. They need to basically produce a bunch of under $30,000 appliance cars. They need to have a family sedan that, it doesn't have to be a Hellcat. Give us a nice front-wheel drive Pentastar powered car, or GME T4, basically a front-wheel drive car. Give us something sporty. Give us a sporty hatchback. Something fun that's under $30,000. And I'm not just talking about one car. I'm talking about a lineup of cars. The Chevy Trax, right? It's built in Korea. Big freaking whoop there. Nothing super fancy about it. Starts at $23,000, tops out at $29,000. Front-wheel drive only. My cousin sells Chevys, can't keep them on the lot. All right? Ford Maverick. We talked about the Ford Maverick. Ford Maverick just got a boost up in price because of the tariffs. This year it went up in price quite a bit. It went up to $26,700, and now they're going to add, I think, like $2,000 to it. So it's going to be like $28,700 now. But anyways, the Ford Maverick, they can't sell enough of those things. People love them. They're garageable. I mean, they top out about $42,000, but they don't step on the F-150 at all. Build that. They don't need to build a mid-sized truck. I'm sorry. Build a compact truck to be more competitive with two vehicles. Obviously, in that segment, there's the Maverick and then the Santa Cruz. So I don't understand why the heck they can't be competitive in that segment. And less competition, they could dominate that segment. There's just a lot of vehicles that they could build that are affordable. They're not a premium car company. I'm sorry. That's just not how it is. They need to go back to basics and be again, Chrysler was the blue-collar luxury brand. the engineering company. Dodge was the blue collar, you know, mainstream brand and truck company. They need to merge Dodge and Ram back together. I think Tim Kuniskis could run both brands. Put Matt McAleer over at Chrysler. Bob Mordendorf does a good job with Jeep. You know, Jeep needs to take and cut their prices big time too. I don't care if you cut $7,000 out of the Grand Wagoneer or not. That Grand Wagoneer is still too damn expensive, especially when you can't sell them. They're still sitting on lots. Even with no production going on, which Warren Truck is going to actually be down next week as well. I just seen a thing somebody sent me from there. They need to cut the prices on these vehicles. Not running stupid incentives on them. That's always been my biggest bitch about everything, is they need to stop putting incentives on vehicles and just lower the damn cost. I mean, that's what they need to do, and they're so stupid about doing it. Does it sound better when you have a Ram 1500 Tradesman Sport for let's say $38,000, right? With $9,000 in incentives on it, or do you just make it $9,000 cheaper and say, hey, our truck starts out at $38,000? Come on. They need to do that stuff. Be a game changer. Someone told me the high cost on the Hornet was because they wanted most people to lease it, and that's true. That's 100% true, Butter. They need to market a four-door Charger as the Magnum instead. Nah, I don't think so. Marspeed had a video with really nice concept renderings of Chrysler stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Roy, man. You have a good night, too. I'm getting ready to bounce out of here. I'm at 99%. I might as well just... I got a few minutes left, so I might as well just charge it up to 100 just to say I did it. And I've only paid $22.36 so far. They need to strip down the Hornet. Yeah, exactly. Front-wheel drive, you know, front-wheel drive, and I don't understand why. That car is not worth that. If they brought it here and built it, first of all, they need to build a new generation of Hornet. I'm sorry. It's too Alfa Romeo. It's not Dodge enough. The platform is fabulous. The powertrains are great, but build it here or build it somewhere here locally and give it a body like a Dodge Durango. Give it some kind of Dodge muscle looks. The front looks like a Dodge, but nothing else does. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I asked about Connor. They said they had it open the other day for a charity event. Yeah, they open it up for events, but it's not to the public. They need to open up Connor so people can go see all these historical vehicles again. The thing is tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a live stream. I might not. My live streams have been kind of wishy-washy in certain parts just because of, I don't know, with everybody complains that, you know, oh, it's fading in and out. I'm going to take some video and stuff of the old Walter P. Chrysler Museum. You know, they basically moved all that stuff out of there so Alfa Romeo and Maserati could have their North American headquarters there. Nobody's there now. Why not do something with it? I don't know. I've seen people come in and out of the building, but I've never seen anybody use it since COVID. So I was in a Renegade rental the other day. A few style changes, bigger engine. Oh, dude, that's why I traded in for this car. My wife had a 2020 Jeep Renegade. I bought that thing for like 20 grand. It was a limited. Had the removable sky panels in it. Absolutely awesome vehicle. That Renegade is packaged so good. It's like driving a go-kart. The 1.3 liter in it actually has a lot of power. It's got 180 horsepower. Four-wheel drive is standard on the one that she got. But the very interesting thing is, I'm 6'1". I have tons of headroom in that. My father-in-law bought one because I told him he was looking at a Compass. I said, go look at the Renegade. He ended up buying one because he's like 6'5" and he has plenty of headroom. It's a great packaged vehicle. It doesn't have a lot of cargo space, but if you're just driving it as a commuter vehicle, it's awesome. So, yeah, there's a lot of potential with what Stellantis could do. If they brought back the Renegade from Brazil still builds it. It's actually going in its 10th anniversary this year down there. I just posted an article on Mopar Insiders yesterday about a special 10th anniversary, a Renegade Willys edition. The funny thing is about that is the fact that you know, they got a styling change. Their actual front end styling change and the new taillights and stuff on there make the thing look super modern. It's really nice. Is a Rampage coming to the US? We can only hope. That would be a great addition for here. But it would have to be cheapened. It has to be cheapened. They have to make it front wheel drive standard. They have to put like a smaller engine in it. Maybe put the 1.3 in it. I think it'd be fine. To compete against Maverick, they have to make it cheaper. I'm sorry, the Maverick, if you look at the Maverick compared to the Rampage is built as a premium vehicle in Brazil. It's got so much better plastics and stuff. So I was sad they dropped the Renegade here in the US. Yeah, me too. I know a lot of people were. And it's only, you know, the only reason why they dropped it was because they were changing out Melfi, which is the plant that it was built at in Italy, because now they're starting to get ready to build the new Compass and stuff. They had to completely retool that because now they're going to build 5 Stella Media vehicles there, at least 5. We're hearing that it's going to be 6. They're going to build the new DS N08 or whatever, or number 8. That's the first vehicle. I wrote an article about that being the new presidential limo for French President Emmanuel Macron, or Macron. That's on Mopar Insiders. You can go on there and see it. There's the same underpinnings as the Compass. The Compass will be the second vehicle. The third vehicle will be the Lancia Gamma. And there's going to be another DS vehicle as well. And I can't remember what the fifth one is. I want to say it's a Fiat, but I'm not really sure. I don't think it's a Fiat. I can't remember what it is. So maybe another Lancia product. So... But there's a lot of potential here. The problem is they need to get stuff in roll and get these plants running full speed. There's been a lot of rumors going around that they've actually been looking at building, like taking these plants and making them so they're multi-platforms, meaning that they can run multiple vehicles on the thing. Obviously, you can't do that with a body-on-frame and a unibody plant. But like Belvedere is a unibody plant. You can run like the new Cherokee there. You can run the new pickup. They're on the same platform. You can run the new Chrysler Airflow replacement, the C6X. You can run that there. Why not? You know, these plants all need to be running at full capacity. There's no reason why they can't be. There's no reason. So this thing's only running at 11 kilowatt hours, but we're like right there at the 100% thing. But yeah, there's a lot of potential here in the U.S. Yeah, somebody told me Filosa was asking around about what all that could build at Shap and Warren Truck. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I got some news. I'm not going to say it right now. I got some news about some production stuff that's going to be going on, and it's not surprising stuff, but I'll talk about it next week for sure. We heard some really interesting rumors going on. So it has to do with tariffs and stuff. So I'm kind of trying to confirm it all, make sure it's true, but it sounds like it is. So you're going to hear some very interesting things going on, and so, but yeah, they need to get all these plants back up and rolling. There's no reason why. You know, I talked about the Ram Charger and the Ram Rev being delayed again. Those shouldn't be at Shap. They should be at Warren Truck. I'm sorry. They share the same exact architecture that the Gladiator, or not Gladiator, sorry, Gladiator. Jesus, I'm getting tired. The Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer have this, you know, they call it Stella frame, but let's be honest. The Stella frame is a DT platform that's been modified to accommodate batteries, and then it has an independent rear suspension. That's what the WS is. But the WS is going to have the same exact Ram Charger 4xe model that, you know, same powertrain that the Ram Charger has. So why can't they build that there? Originally, that was the plan, and then they were getting penalized by upper management, but they said, oh, Shap can do it. Shap, the problem with Shap is they're tight on capacity. They've always been tight on capacity since they started the plant. They need to open up capacity there. They just got to. But with the changes in Saltillo Truck opening up to do all the export stuff, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what goes on with Shap. I don't think they're going to lose anything, obviously. The Ram 1500 is still the #1 product for the entire company. It cost me $23 on the money so far to charge this thing. So, but anyways, hey, thanks for joining me. Like I said, this is going to be an all new kind of You can see I'm all like messed up with the wind and stuff, but this is gonna be an all new experience for us to like kind of, you know, watch this EV thing. Again, it's new for me. I don't know a lot about EVs. I'm learning, and that's the thing. It's gonna be a learning curve for all of us. So it's, you know, it's like I said, I appreciate the comments, you know, like, hey, do this and do that. I really do, because again, it's all new to me. I think it's gonna be fun to kind of watch. It's gonna be fun when you guys see me lose my cool and start swearing and stuff at these fast chargers for not working if they if they do that. So, but thanks for coming out. I'm gonna get ready to unplug this thing, and matter of fact, we'll stop it right now. Hold on here. So 23 bucks, not too bad. And the car actually says 100 on it in the dash. So there we go. Not too bad. Well, thank you. Listen how nice that was. So you can see right there, it means it's unlocked. So I push down. Oh, hold on here. I don't want to scratch the paint on the car. By the way, you're going to see another video about this thing. The paint quality on this car is atrocious. I polished it earlier, and I was shocked at how bad the actual paint was on it. So we're going to be talking about that in another video. Another thing is these chargers, man, they're so freaking heavy. Oh, come on. They're so heavy. I don't know how some women can be able to handle, like some petite, really small girls. I don't understand how they could like handle these hoses and stuff to go, or the cords to actually go into these things. All right. There it goes. So you can see right there, it says 100%. All right. This is the fun part. Well, they are kind of a pain in the butt. So anyways, time for me to head home, go let the dogs out, finish up posting stuff that I didn't post today because I was busy getting this car, and then I'm hitting the hay and getting up early in the morning. So I will see you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye.